Right, so I've got a pot with some pens in it, and I've got ostensibly an empty pot. I can take some of my pens out of here and pop them in there, and I can separate these, and I've got half and half if you like. And that's how an awful lot of things work. If I have a loaf of bread, I can slice it in two, and I've got one half and the other half. I'm quite happy to separate things that way. Now, if we try that with a magnet, here we have a magnet. Okay, and I will tell you without explaining at this stage that it's strong there, and it's very strong at that end. So it's kind of like it's got two ends, and you might think that, and these ends are actually called, given names, north and south. So I've got a little meter here that identifies a north and a south, and if I put it here and press the button, that's a north. Okay, and if I put it there, that's a south. And we find that magnets always have a north and a south associated with them.
So you can't separate them.
So you might think, oh, we can just separate them. Ignore the little spacer. And now I've got two separate magnets, and they're certainly attracted to each other. So if you want to hold that one, Bridget, we'll investigate this one again, and what we find is it's north there and it's got a south there. And if we put that one to one side, got to be careful with magnets because they have a habit of flying everywhere. This one, it's got the north there and the south there. So we've made two separate magnets from one big magnet, and the north and the souths are called the poles of the magnet. And a magnet always has two poles. So you might think, well, how is this achieved? How could we model what's going on? So, because it's not like just separating things. Think of a couple of fans, and what we have with two fans, these have a direction of, there's actually a tiny arrow on them. So we've got two fans here, little computer fans, and they blow air through. And what happens is that for all the air that comes out of the top, air must go in the bottom, because if I was to block the fan off, no air could come out, because there's no air stored in there. There has to be a circulation of air.
Right.
All right. If I separate the two, they will still operate as two fans, but individually you've got a circulation of air around that one and a circulation of air around this one. And again, back together, there's a circulation, a stronger circulation around the pair of them. With a magnet, you can't see it and you can't feel it, but there is the same effect. There's what's called a magnetic flux. Flux is a fancy word for something flowing, for circulation. So you've got a magnetic, a north, I think we said that one was the north, or just check. Yep. So conventionally you think of it coming out of the north and flowing round and into the south. And you find that there's a strong there, it's strong, whoops, there. Magnets have a life of their own. But out here, it's a lot weaker. Just as with a fan. The blow of the fan is strongest where you're close in at either end. But out here, it's weaker.
You said with the fans, there's stronger circulation when they're both together. Are the two magnets stronger together than they are apart?
Yes, and that's why you tend, if I take a single magnet, again, if you want to just take care of that, I can check this single magnet is north, turn it over, south, so that's the north, and that, if I can't show you, but it feels weaker to pull it away. But if I attach it to all the others, like that, and then put it on there, that is a much, much stronger pull. So the strength, if you like, the force of the blowing out of here is stronger with the two of them, and it's stronger because we've stacked all these magnets pointing in the same direction. If we did that and reversed the two fans, they'd be blowing into each other and they cancel each other out. And you get a similar thing with magnets, but we won't discuss that here. Essentially, I've made a stronger magnet by stacking lots of little ones together, but it's this idea of the circulation is what you get with magnetism that makes it unique. It's very hard. The fan is the best I can think of, that you have to have an in and an out. You have to have an in and an out.
Okay. Yes,
The in is
fine.
the south, the out is the north.